Hi, I'm Father Joseph Mary, and welcome back to A Simple Word, where we reflect on the gospel for the coming Sunday. During his years as premier of the Soviet Union, Nikita Khrushchev denounced many of the policies and atrocities of Joseph Stalin. However, once, as he railed against Stalin in a public meeting, Khrushchev was interrupted by a heckler in the audience. "You were one of Stalin's colleagues. Why didn't you do something to stop him?" said the man. "Who said that?" Khrushchev roared, and an agonizing silence followed as nobody in the room dared move a muscle. And then Khrushchev replied quietly, "Now you know why." Fear can be debilitating and paralyzing. And in this Sunday's gospel, Jesus tells us never to listen to the voice of fear. Mark begins by telling us that Jesus instructs his disciples to cross to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. The Sea of Galilee is the lowest freshwater lake on earth. At about 33 miles in circumference, it was fed primarily by the Jordan River and was notorious for its violent storms. These storms seemed to come out of the blue and had shattering and ferocious suddenness. Jesus is sitting in the place of honor, the little seat at the stern where a carpet and cushion are arranged. Before long, he falls asleep. It's then that a terrifying storm sweeps suddenly across the lake. The wind and the waves are thrashing at the little boat. Lightning splits the sky overhead. Thunder crashes in the black clouds. Water's gushing into the boat, threatening to capsize her. The disciples are standing in the face of death. And what's their reaction? Panic, fear, and despair. They're no match for the storm. So they shake Jesus awake, crying, "Rabbi, do you not care that we're perishing?" Jesus wakens and he looks into the heart of this ferocious storm with the calm confidence of divine eyes. "Quiet, be still," he orders. These are the very same words he used to rebuke the demon in Mark 1:25. "Etipimesen kai pefimoso." And with this word of command, the storm was gone, and there was great calm. Then Jesus turns to face his disciples, and he asks a poignant question. "Why are you afraid, you of little faith? Why are you afraid?" It's a question Jesus would ask his disciples again and again. It's the same question he asks us today. Why are you afraid? And in the question, he provides the answer. You of little faith. We're afraid because we don't believe. Dietrich Bonhoeffer was a Christian theologian who opposed Adolf Hitler, was later executed in the Nazi concentration camp. In January of 1933, just 2 months before Hitler came to power, Bonhoeffer gave a powerful sermon on fear. And I found it so moving that I want to quote extensively from his reflection. He said the Bible, the gospel, Christ, the church, the faith, all are one great battle cry against fear in the lives of human beings. Fear is somehow or other the arch enemy itself. It crouches in people's hearts. It hollows out their insides until their resistance and strength are spent and they suddenly break down. Fear secretly gnaws and eats away at all the ties that bind a person to God until they break and the person sinks back into himself, helpless and despairing, while hell rejoices. Anyone who has seen naked fear revealed, who has been its victim in terrifying loneliness, fear of an important decision, fear of a heavy stroke of fate, losing one's job and illness, fear of a sin that one can no longer resist, fear of disgrace, fear of another person, fear of dying. That person knows that fear is only one of the faces of evil itself, one form by which the world at enmity with God grasps for someone. Nothing can make a human being so conscious of the reality of powers opposed to God in our lives as this loneliness, this helplessness, this fog spreading over everything, this sense that there's no way out, and this raving impulse to get oneself out of this hell of hopelessness. Anyone who's ever sought to follow Jesus Christ can resonate deeply with the words of Bonhoeffer. Fear is the battle cry of the enemies of God. But all things work together for good for those who love God. So God can use the tactics of the enemy to deepen our faith. In moments of fear, there's always a question. The same question Jesus used to confront the disciples. Why are you afraid? Do you not yet have faith? It's the same question addressed to us today. Today, what fear is assaulting your life? What fear is robbing you of your peace? What fear takes the joy from your life? What fear keeps you from living in the freedom of the children of God? Jesus is asking you, why are you afraid? The storm is a passing thing. The night will end. Have faith. And so today, if you're going through a struggle with fear, listen to the reassuring words of Padre Pio. Stay in the boat in which our Lord has placed you. Let the storm come. You won't perish. If it appears to you that Jesus is sleeping, let it be so. Don't you know that if he sleeps, his heart vigilantly watches over you? Let him sleep, because at the right time, he'll awaken to restore your calm. I'm Father Joseph Mary, and thanks for listening to A Simple Word. If you found this reflection helpful, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.